Okay, so have you ever wondered how an idea, something as wild as a dream, actually becomes a real thing? Like something you can see and touch? Well, today we're going to dive deep into that. We're going to look at just one single day in the life of creator Nicholas Alexander Benson. We're talking September 21st, 2025, to see how that creative spark really happens and how he turns it into something real.
So get this. His day doesn't kick off with some annoying alarm clock or anything normal like that. Nope, it starts at 4:30 in the morning inside a lucid dream. And it's not a peaceful dream either. It's this super dramatic moment where one of his creations just turns on him, violently. And that single moment, that's what's going to fuel his entire creative day.
Which brings us to the big question, right? How in the world does one dream, just one, explode into a comic, a podcast episode, and a song, all in the same day? It sounds kind of crazy. So let's break it down and see how he pulls it off. All right, first up, the dream spark. This is where it all begins. We're talking about the raw idea, straight from his dream journal at 4:30 a.m. This is the moment that lights the fuse for the entire day.
So let's meet the cast of this dream. You've got Johnson, who you probably recognize, the humanoid goldfish in the astronaut gear, and he's standing there with his brand new creation, this Skelebot. The whole scene is set in this high-tech lab, and you just get the feeling that something is about to go seriously wrong. And boom, here's the conflict, right from the dream journal. The robot attacks Johnson, they manage to destroy it, but here's the kicker. We don't know why it went rogue. That's it. That's the mystery. That one little sentence isn't just a detail, it's the engine for everything that comes next. It's a total story prompt.
Okay, section 2, from mind to media. So, how does he keep this dream from just fading away? Well, he doesn't waste any time. He starts pulling it out of his head and turning it into actual stuff, giving it a real shape and form.
The first move, after his whole morning routine, happens at 9:46 a.m. He sits down to create reference art. And this is super important. It's not just a random sketch. He's basically building the official look for the dream, giving faces to the characters and a solid design to the scene he just saw in his head. And here you can see exactly what I mean. This piece captures that perfect, quiet moment just before all hell breaks loose. You've got Johnson, the creator, just working on his bot. This takes it from being just a fuzzy dream memory and makes it a real, solid scene. It's the visual anchor for the whole story.
But then he takes it to another level. He feeds the dream to his AI partner, Gemini Nova, for his Dreamcast show. And look at the analysis it spits out. It frames the whole thing as this story about the terrifying responsibility of creating something new. I mean, wow! It adds this whole other layer of meaning to what was just a dream a few hours ago.
And he's not slowing down. Check out the time, 10:11 a.m. That's less than half an hour after he finished the reference art. He's already moving on to the next stage, turning the whole thing into a comic. And there it is, the finished product. You can see the whole story arc in just 3 panels: creation, betrayal, and that big mysterious question mark at the end. At this point, the dream is way more than just a journal entry. It's a full-on visual narrative. All right, next up, a day of creation. You'd think a comic would be the end of it, right? Nope. This is where the idea really starts to spread, like wildfire. He's not just going to capture it once, he's going to explore it in a bunch of different ways.
Believe it or not, the dream even gets its own song. He calls it a dream tune. He takes the story and turns it into these awesome lyrics. Johnson's janky junk bot, a skeleton of steel, suddenly went savage, a shock that felt too real. It just adds this whole other vibe to the story, captures that chaotic energy.
Now, for most people, turning a dream into art, a comic, and a song would be a pretty packed day. But here's the truly mind-blowing part. All of that was just one track of his creativity. At the same time, he was finishing up a completely different, huge project. Yeah, that same afternoon, he was also publishing his new comic, Price of Purity. And this is no small thing. It's this epic story about saving a dying world, divine crystals, immortal guardians. I mean, the stakes are massive. To be doing this at the same time as everything else, it's just wild. So, of course, you have to ask, how does he do all this? What's the secret sauce? Well, it's not just about waiting for inspiration to strike. It all comes down to some serious, hardcore discipline. Let's take a look at his daily ritual. It's built on 3 pillars. He only eats 1 meal a day, he has a super strict daily exercise plan, and he walks charity miles every single day. You might think that sounds limiting, but it's actually the complete opposite. It's the structure that gives him the freedom to create. And when we say strict exercise, we mean it. This isn't a quick jog around the block. We're talking 450 half push-ups, 100 full push-ups, and 750 knee thrusts per leg. That's 1,500 total. This is the kind of physical grit that powers his mental and creative endurance. So when you look at his own highlights for the day, it all comes together. It starts with that crazy lucid dream. It's grounded by his daily discipline, like the charity miles for Feeding America, and it all leads up to the huge accomplishment of publishing Price of Purity and getting it out there for everyone.
When you really think about it, his daily log is more than just a to-do list. It's like a direct printout of his inner world being made real. He's taking dreams, thoughts, everything, and turning it into something tangible. And that kind of leaves us with a cool question to think about for ourselves, right? If you logged your day like this, what would it say about you?